Evening, everybody. Welcome to another week with the Bag Makers Society podcast. As you will have seen, this week we'll have Leanne from Crafted by Leanne Bag Patterns. And it's no surprise, I'm another fan of Leanne's patterns. I've made quite a few of them. If you follow me on Facebook and follow my page, you'll have seen that I've made quite a few of her bag patterns. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Leanne in and then we can have a look at a few of the comments. So hi, Leanne. Can you hear us okay? Caught you on the hop there.
I was trying to be smart and I've got myself up on the tablet to read the comments.
Oh, well done you.
I'm trying to be smart. But hi, everyone.
So I can sort of show them on the screen. So Tracy's saying hello.
I can see them on yours. There we go.
Yeah. Donna's saying hello. Hazel's saying hello. Donna's saying evening to everybody. And Emma's made it to a live.
Hello.
I wonder if she's tied the children up somewhere so that she could make it to a live. Because Emma's like you, she's got younger kids. So it's sometimes not easy. Yeah, well, it'll keep them entertained, won't it? Tracy's saying she loves your patterns. Aww. And Sue's saying good evening to both of us and hello to everybody as well. Daniel's saying hello. And when you see Grumpy, that is my husband.
He's in the other room.
He's in the other room, but that little spanner thing means that he moderates.
So it doesn't mean he's a spanner.
No, well, but no, he's definitely not. So it just means he checks the sound is okay, and he usually gives me a thumbs up for the sound and what have you, and obviously moderates the comments. Not that we get any unpleasant comments or anything, because people have to be a subscriber to be able to comment.
And we know who you are.
Yeah. So, but it's just to be on the safe side. He's saying he's a spanner. So Emma's saying they have their legs free, so that's okay.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Andrea's saying hi. Julie's saying hi. And Daniel's saying that he's looking forward to making the Percy at the weekend.
Yay! I love Percy.
Yeah,
that's my new favourite.
The latest one that you've just released, isn't it?
Yeah. Percy actually stands for perseverance.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, to keep going when you don't want to.
Yeah, I could do with a little bit of that at the moment.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us have lost our mojo sojo this year. So Percy is demeaning to keep going, keep sewing.
I love that, because a lot of people sort of name patterns after important people in their lives and important people in the family. So I just assumed it was.
Yeah, well, I normally name my patterns of what they look like or what they remind me of. So I think the one looked like a mermaid, so it was named after a mermaid. But yeah, Percy's the only one. And then I've got a twin to Percy that is coming out after this next one.
Oh, we'll do a little bit of digging.
Yeah, maybe.
Maureen's saying hi, and Andrew's saying you can tell you're in the UK by the fleecy blanket.
Oh, yeah. I am the type of person that is summer 30 degrees, I still have a blanket.
I'm the same. When I'm sitting on the sofa in the sitting room, I sit under my blanket and I'll be sitting and I'll be sweating, but I can't not have my blanket over me. I think it's just become a comfort thing.
I never used to, but
now.
Yeah,
I'm the same. Just the last couple of years, I've just got this. I sit on the sofa and the blanket has to come over me. But even more so now because it's getting cold.
I'm in my granny era. I do gardening, sewing, reading. They're calling it. We're skipping the midlife crisis, apparently.
Yeah, we'll just go straight the granny era. That's fine.
Straight to granny era. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Donna's saying it has turned cold in the UK. Sue's saying she loves the Percy. It's a great, quick, easy pattern. Made one from denim, but there's going to be many more to come. And Maureen's saying she's got her blanket over there too. I've just got my warm cup of tea with my Highland Cow. You'll notice I always have Highland Cow mugs. I've got loads of different ones. There's always Highland Cow. You can't actually see my one on the wall because it's just out of shot.
There's a lot of things out of shot.
Yeah. I've got a great big Highland Cow head on my sewing room wall.
Yeah, I've just got blankets everywhere. I've got one on the floor. I've got 3 here in this room.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been through all of the comments. So I think we should probably do a little bit of an introduction, really.
Yeah.
So I doubt there's anybody watching who hasn't heard of you, but you just want to do a quick introduction, tell everybody who you are and sort of how you got into bag making.
So obviously I'm Leanne, but it's funny because I never actually intended to do bag making. So my daughter was born 10 years ago, and it was, do I want to go back to work? No. Well, I need something to do with my life that isn't just being mum. You know, I need to keep an identity. I don't want to lose that. So I just started sewing, and some lady said to me, oh, that's a lovely clutch. I'll pay you £10. I think it's worth that, which is an insult now.
Yeah.
Don't have to sell yourself. But that's kind of how much. Somebody wants to give me £10? Yeah. So I set up my first craft store. I think I had 5 packs of bunting and like 4 bags on this table. And I thought it was the best thing ever. And that's when
it will have been.
Bag making. Yeah.
And that's how you got into it.
Yeah, believe it or not, 8 years ago, I'd never sewn a zip.
Right.
Didn't even know how. I've taught myself completely how to sew. I don't know why I chose it, but you know, and yeah, buying my first pattern was a buggy bag because I was just making things for my daughter. It never intended to be anything like it is now. Even designing, never intended to be that at all.
Wow. So you just kind of fell into it.
Well, actually, the first pattern, oh my God, I can't even remember the name of it now, was I never actually intended that to release it myself. I designed it for another designer, and they kind of said, you know, thanks, but I've got plenty. And somebody said to me, well, why don't you just release it yourself? It's like, can I do that?
So pleased you did.
But yeah, this was at the time where there wasn't many designers. There was just like the big names. So it was pretty scary, but here I am. What is it? 5 years next week.
Right.
Yeah.
So a bit of an anniversary coming up.
Yeah, I really should do something.
We'll all get more lucky blankets out and more cups of tea
and
biscuits, and we'll celebrate.
Can we not blankets and biscuits? I think
yes,
that's what we should do.
That should be the way to celebrate. Absolutely. So was the Harlequin the first one that you released?
Oh my gosh, it is so bad. I can't even remember what the names of them are. Sweetheart Saddlebag was the first one.
Right.
So that was the one. I literally had no clue of writing. I'm sure the first test was absolutely awful, and they were like, "What on earth are you on about?" But somehow we've made it. I say we, one-man band, but the royal we has made it.
But that's the beauty of your testers, isn't it? And I've had this conversation with other people who design as well, is that the testing process is so invaluable. And that, you know, it does help, and then it helps you to grow as a designer as well.
Yeah, it really helps to have I do like to switch up, and I think this next test I'm going to use all guest testers because I want to see if people can pick up things and get some fresh ideas in. But there are a few trusted testers that I do confide in all the time, and I'll say, what do they look like? And I got told the one looked like a jockstrap, so that wasn't released. Yeah, they were very honest.
At least to know you well enough to be able to give you that feedback.
You know, I'm pretty open, so it was fine. But you know, I had a little cry. It's okay.
Bless.
I didn't see it. I thought it looked like a helicopter. You know,
horses for courses.
That is the beauty of having testers that you can trust, that people just aren't going to go, yes, this bag's amazing. This is going to be a win. I don't want that. I don't want that. I need the people that say, what on earth are you talking about?
When it's your business and your livelihood,
yeah.
You know, like, yes, if something's amazing, you want to hear that it's amazing because everybody needs their ego boosting. But if something, you know, doesn't sit right, or if it doesn't read properly, or if it needs a little bit changing, then that feedback, you need that, because like you say, it's your business. And
there are times when they'll go, why have you done it this way when this way is so much easier? No. You know, but that's where you need the people that can tell you. Everyone needs that.
Yeah.
So I do have a nice little group that I can say, what do you think of this? And they will say no or yes. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's like everybody who's been on who does patterns has said the same thing about having testers, about how invaluable they are and how much the feedback is needed. And I hear some people sort of saying, oh, well, I could never be a tester because I'm not experienced enough. And sometimes you need that inexperienced level of tester, because you need to know whether a beginner can read your pattern, especially if it's aimed at a beginner.
This is
a beginner bag maker, because if you can't, you know, somebody who's experienced, I might read something and know instantly what you mean, because I've got that experience and I've inserted a zip hundreds of times.
This is what I found with Percy is there were a few things that were skipped, and I was like, come on, guys, you know. So the next one, I have opened it to not complete beginners, because I need people to not think, oh, this is tricky because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But to know that this is tricky because it makes absolutely no sense at all.
Yeah.
So, but I want the beginners, you know, I know how it is starting out. No, but not people don't want you because you don't know what you're doing. It is nice to give people a chance as well.
Yeah. That's it, because sometimes when you've had a pool of testers for so long, people think, oh, well, she doesn't need any more, and you know. But it's nice to kind of keep like fresh blood, shall we say?
Yeah. So So I have said to them, I'm not firing you all. I'm just gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. Emma's saying it can be hard to get the constructive criticism sometimes, but you definitely need to hear the honest thoughts.
Yeah, even if it looks like male underwear. Yes. You do need,
well,
you do need the honesty.
I haven't seen any male underwear that are jock straps recently.
No,
but if you have, then
it didn't get sold. It didn't get sold. Oh God, I was going to show you where I don't know where I've put it actually now. It's hidden well away. But I would be absolutely mortified if that everyone said great bag, and then that went to selling, and then people started saying after it's been published, do you know the bag looks like this? I would be mortified.
Yeah, because people can be quite brutal. So you need to hear it in a constructive way before you hear it in a brutal way.
Yeah. Gently.
Yes, definitely. So how do you sort of balance everything out? Because obviously, like you said, you've got sort of youngish kids and what have you. So how do you sort of find the time to fit it
I don't feed them.
That works.
No, I am lucky that I've got a really supportive husband, but well, the last year there haven't been many patterns because I have been working full time. So I was working Monday to Friday all the time. House was a mess. Didn't have time, but I actually lost my job at the end of May. So I've got the time to mostly read and ignore housework.
But housework will always be there.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to add. But I've actually planned out the next 4 patterns, and I've made headway in the new brand relaunch that's happening in the new year as well. So I've actually had time to prep. But I try and in the evenings make sure that the evenings is for the family and the daytime is for the work.
Yeah.
which can be hard when you're working from home because you think, oh, I'll just do another hour, just do a bit more. But you have to find the cut-off.
It's really hard to have that balance, isn't it? I struggle with that so much, and I am getting a lot better, but it's so hard.
We are both as bad as each other. Me and my husband, say 4 years ago, we would have both been him downstairs on his laptop, me up here sewing till 2 a.m. in the morning. And it got too much. And you think, you have to say, right, we need to cut off somewhere.
Yeah. And it can be difficult when your business is your hobby as well, because where that line can get blurred so easily, because where does the business finish and where does the hobby start? And it can cross over because, oh, well, I'll just sew this because I enjoy the sewing. So I'll just sew this, but it's really work. So it like, that's what I find so hard to back. So I totally get where you're coming from.
I've gone the opposite now. So I'm really in the habit of watching movies whilst I'm sewing. So on a good bit, I'm like, right, we can't sew. We need to just watch this bit of the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible because I think, actually, how much did I do today and how many movies did I watch?
I tend to put things on in the sewing room that I've seen before.
Yes.
So that
I've started doing that.
Dip in and out. I always remember watching, I think, was it season 4 of Line of Duty? And I was like, I just didn't do any sewing because I was just so engrossed in this series that every time I put it on, the sewing just got like left, didn't even get looked at because I was just like, oh my God, this is just so engrossing. And so I tend to put things on I've seen.
I do put Alexa on more than anything. Oh, I think I'm talking to her now. Yeah, so more than anything, I do listen to Spotify. Because then I can just sing as loud as I want and sew, rather than having to pause and you're watching the movie and then you think, oh God, I've been watching this for 40 minutes now. Let's go back to work.
Yeah. Do you look at things that you've made and think, oh, I made that for such and such an album, or I sang such and such when I was making that?
See, I have a photographic memory anyways, so I can go back to a puzzle and remember what's on the TV when I was doing the puzzle.
Right.
It's really weird. So I can look at a bag and think, yeah, I made that. I can't even show you that one because I might. Everything's away and everything that's out is secret.
Oh, so we should have had you on the wine, and then we might have getting some.
Got a bottle of gin downstairs.
It's not good downstairs.
No.
No.
But I might show you what books are out screen.
Emma's saying there's a popular pattern that's literally a pair of pants, so you could have been onto a winner with the one that looked like a jockstrap.
I need to know. Somebody needs to private message me what that one is.
It's the one by Kim Ascorner Designs. Kia's Corner.
I don't know. There's a lot of designers now, and I feel bad that I don't keep up with it all. But that is for my own sanity.
Yeah, and
a few years ago, I found that I was keeping an eye on designers, and I think, oh God, I wish I could be like them. You'd spend months designing a bag, and then someone else would release it. It's the worst thing. So probably 2 years ago, I removed myself from all the groups. I don't follow any designers, and I know that sounds awful, but for my own sanity.
Yeah.
So there are so many new designers out now. I don't know half the names.
Well.
And you can compare yourself all the time. So it's, for me, it was like, I'm staying in my lane. I'm not going to spend all night Googling what everyone else is up to. I'm just going to do my thing.
Best way.
Yeah, I'm just going to do my thing, and so be it.
Yeah. Hazel saying she always watches something she's seen 1,000 times before as well, obviously, when she's sewing.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
And I'm sure it's Nikki. who's Hollow Bag Creations. She listens to audio books while sewing and remembers specific chapters when she looks back at her bags sometimes.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, see, I'm more of a physical book reader, so it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah. I listen to podcasts more than like audio books. I do like podcasts. But then again, I find myself getting sort of engrossed in them, and I kind of listen to funny ones as well. So then I get distracted because I'm laughing too much.
I'm very easily distracted anyway, so yeah. It's easy if I can sing really loudly whilst working, then we're all good.
Yeah. So have you got a bag that you've designed that is just still your absolute favourite, that always has a special place in your heart?
Harlequin tote is probably I made it. That was the first bag, because I think there was probably 8 patterns before then that barely covered. To be honest, before then I hardly sold any patterns, and that was the first one that really sold. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can do this. And I went out and I bought my kids a climbing frame. With all the money that I made, I bought the kids a climbing frame, and that is still my favourite, because I did that. I bought them that climbing frame with the money that I earned. And that was such an amazing thing for me. So that will always be my favourite one.
Yeah.
But Percy's my latest favourite though.
Yeah. I've seen quite a lot of people like sharing that in like your group, my group, and a few of the other groups. And I've seen people say it sort of comes together so quickly, and it's great for like craft fairs and things like that.
I've seen other people go, oh, it's a bit basic, but then when they start making it, they go, okay, yeah, I can see what I can do with this. But then when you make it, you think, oh, actually, if I just did that and that, because it's so quick, I just whip up another one.
But the thing is, so especially for people who do make to sell,
yeah,
do craft fairs,
yeah,
you need patterns like that.
Yeah.
These intricate patterns with 50 different pieces are amazing and beautiful when they're made up, but they're not practical.
No.
To be making. I mean, they're great as a showpiece on a craft stall, but you can't.
The names.
You can't have your whole stall filled with those type of bags, because you just wouldn't make any money.
So this time every year, so I try every kind of September to make a bag that doesn't use much hardware, that is cost effective. And I try and do that every year. And I'm just trying to think of the pattern I did last year. Sophia.
I love the Sophia.
So Sophia tote.
I've got 3 just sort of sitting over there at the moment.
So the intentions for that was, it doesn't use much fabric. It's really quick to sew. And more importantly, it doesn't use much hardware. You can bling it up if you want. But it doesn't use much. And that was my craft fair bag for last year. And the same with Percy. It needed to be something that you could jazz up if you wanted, but the bare bones of it is a really quick, easy pattern that looks good.
Yeah. And it's great with the size of the panels as well, because you can embroider onto them.
Yeah. I've seen some real nice flaps on them as well.
You can use quite sort of nice pieces if you've got a slightly larger print. You're not losing your print in the smaller pieces that you're putting together. So bigger patterns like that, like the Sophias that I've made, I've done a few where I've got embroidery on the front of them. I've got one that's Pilot Cow, surprisingly enough. But it's a great size to do that with, because it's obviously you've got where you can put the seam in the middle and you can do your contrast, or you can do
full panel. Yeah.
And you can use embroidery, or you can use panels, and you can make it your own. You can make it different. But and like I say, there's a little bit of a delay, so sometimes we don't hear each other. When you're sewing for craft fairs, especially coming up for Christmas, which means when you're releasing them come the September time, they're a perfect time. They're so easy and quick to make that they're perfect for people who do craft fairs.
But that's always been important to me, is to make the bags accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, I've got a couple of testers that were in Australia, and I know they don't have access to all the fancy hardware. I think because shipping costs are extortionate.
Yeah.
So it's always been important that I use basic hardwares, things that could be adjusted. I know I had a 1-star Etsy review because I do too many. Oh God, I can't even think of the word now. You know, where I do a pattern and then I'm like, well, you could actually do it this way, or you could actually do it this way.
Yeah, like variations.
That's it. I had a 1-star review for adding too many variations.
Okay.
But it's always been important to me that I don't want someone to look at the bag and go, oh, I like that, but that is too hard for me. Well, don't worry about it. Let's make it easier.
Yeah.
Or let's change that. And it's always, I'm terrible. I'll buy a pattern, and I've been tested before. I've never followed the testing pattern, so I'm the worst tester ever. I never followed the pattern.
I rarely follow. I'll follow a pattern the first time.
I never do.
And then the second time, I'm like, nah, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it that way, or I'm going to do it this way. So, yeah, I totally hear you. I'm the same.
I think I've modified every single pattern I own. And then even now, I'll release a pattern, and then you can guarantee I've made my own modification on it. But I include them in the patterns because I like to see people kind of expanding past.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hazel's saying the Juniper
Jupiter.
Yeah. Clutch is her favourite. She still can't believe how popular the Harlequin pouch is. That's one of my favourites. It did so well. That's just such an amazing scrap buster. Like, I have little pieces cut out. When I'm cutting the things, I'm like, oh, that will make a little Harlequin piece, and then I just have piles, and then I can just make Harlequin pouches to give at Christmas, and put bits and pieces in them to give as gifts. I love that pattern so much.
It's crazy because Harlequin pouch was never meant to be. I did a Harlequin tote, and the testers all completed it within a week. And I thought, oh my gosh, we've still got a week left of testing. Do you want something else? And I quickly, literally within 30 minutes, drew up this pouch and said, here you go. Which is why it was free as well, because I didn't feel like I'd put much time into it. For me, I couldn't justify, I've spent 30 minutes on this, please give me a £5. But then when I saw, especially because we went into lockdown, and people were using Harlequin pouch to sort out their sewing businesses and their small businesses, and just seeing how much it was doing for people, I would never charge for that.
Yeah.
You know,
I've used it quite a bit. Obviously, in lockdown as well, there was somebody who I knew worked in a hospital, and they were really struggling for toiletries for people who were stuck in hospital and obviously couldn't get visitors and stuff. And I actually, again, used loads of scraps and made, loads of just little cotton Harlequin pouches so that toiletries could go in them.
That's the beauty of it as well. It can be made from anything.
Yeah. I had loads of little fat quarters. I was just, using, adding to my, the scraps that I had, bits of vinyl, bits of cotton. It was fantastic.
I am a big believer of using whatever you've got.
Yeah.
Wow.
Monique says that's what she loves about your patterns. Obviously, the diversity and the variations. She says, I can do it, just take my time, and it can be done.
Yeah.
And she said the Harlequin pouch is the first thing that she ever sewed in her life.
Really?
And then Andrea saying she did loads of Harlequins for charity raffles, as she can vary them so much.
I honestly cannot believe how many downloads of the Harlequin.
Yeah.
I've lost count because I was able to monitor it in the beginning, and then it just went wild. Wild. That I never even thought.
But I think it's such a good way sometimes as well to introduce people to your patterns too, and your style of writing. as well. Like I will always say to people, if you know, I'm mentioning different designers, and I'll say, oh, they've got this pattern, it's free. Go and download it and see what you think, because then you can see if you like the way they write their patterns, you know, if you like their style, because it's a great way to sort of bring new people to the cult. I mean, the group.
We are what we are.
No, like to say, I am a big fan of the Harlequin, because, like I say, it's such a quick sew. It's a great scrap buster, and you can, to say, you can put your stamp on it and make it so different, like you can with, like you say, like you can with all of your patterns.
And I love that, and I will continue to keep because the testing was supposed to go out last week, and I've actually modified the testing pattern twice in the last week.
Well, that's
so
a good
I am
thing.
my own worst enemy.
Oh,
just throw stuff.
Just losing my headphones there a second.
No, so I am my own worst enemy when it comes to modifying, but I am also a huge perfectionist. So I need to know, no offense to anyone, that it is completely foolproof.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to think that somebody couldn't do something because of how I've written it, you know.
But if you're spotting something that you're not happy with, it's better to edit it and change it before it goes to testers. Because you're going to have to edit and change it anyway, aren't you?
Oh, no, these are two completely different. They now look like two completely different bags. So I could release that one on its own again.
Well, yeah, you've just got another bag there. Just got another pattern.
So I was going to ask for testers last week, but then I sat down and I thought, oh, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do that. And now I have literally a completely different bag.
Yeah. I'm sure Emma's going to be writing in the comments saying she does exactly the same thing. She's saying she shared the Harlequin in her free pattern video that she did. But yeah, I can imagine. I mean, obviously, I don't write patterns. I just hack them. Yeah, but I could imagine I would be like that. I don't think I would ever be happy with anything that I did. I think I'd always be wanting to change it, because I think I would always go back to it and go, well, I could have done that better. I could have done that better.
Yeah, so, and then sometimes somebody will buy the pattern and then they will show off their bag a week later, and I think, oh my God, why didn't I do that? Because they've hacked it and that looks really good.
Yeah.
But that is the beauty of the patterns, that is what I want. I want to put out Percy as something that people can go, well, if I did this and this, and then they've got multiple patterns all in one then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just to say, it's that variation, isn't it? It's not just you can only make it this way and you can only make it with this. You can really, really put your stamp on it. So yeah. Emma's saying the bag she's got coming out, she's changed it so much since her first incarnation. I know this because I've got them all in my inbox.
Terrible. It's terrible. What we like.
And Maureen's saying, we're all addicted to this craft. We do need an intervention. No.
We just need snacks.
Yes. And blankets and cups of tea and sometimes wine. And then Emma's saying, but sometimes it stays the same as she envisaged at the beginning. And Hazel saying, it must be hard to know when to stop and walk away and think that's it, it's finished. And I think that's what I would struggle with.
There are some patterns that look exactly like I've drawn on paper. But this last one, I drew it on paper and I thought, well, I can't, there is no physical way. And that was, I think, the video I put in my group Friday. There is no physical way of making this 2D image into a 3D bag. And then, it's taken me all week and I've actually done it. And I can't show anyone, but I've done it. So, yeah.
I won't tell anybody, I promise.
I'll send you a picture after.
And Emma's saying it's lovely to hear designers' journeys and processes. Because I imagine everybody works in sort of such different ways as well.
Yeah, I'm quite a lazy person.
Straight into the computer. Some people, design on the paper. I know some people plot out in fabric and actually sew up. as they go. It's so interesting to hear how people
I
design their bags so differently.
I know of some designers that make, I never know how to say the word, a toil.
Yeah, toil.
Yeah, a plain bag. But for me, I have to make my first tester in a nice pattern, in nice fabric. Because if I look at it and it's made with nice fabric and I don't like it, it's wrong. I can't visualize how the end product's going to look if it's just plain. So I need to, even if it means I cut that up and I use it for something else, I have to use my nice fabrics. Then I can visualize it and decide whether I love it or not.
Yeah, because it can be quite hard, can't it, to sort of say, well, do you not like the bag or do you just not like the fabric?
Exactly, this is it. So the bag, oh my gosh. I've used rainbow fabric and yellow faux leather, and it's like nothing I've ever made before. But I don't know if it's because it's the wow fabric or the bag. So I need to make another one in my standard go-to navy to decide whether I like the fabric or like the bag.
Yeah.
So, but I can't visualize it unless a twirl.
Emma's saying it's a twirl.
It's a twirl.
Emma be comment on my accent. But it's spelled toil. When
she knows what we mean. See, this is why we need testers.
No, I'm just joking, because when me and Emma were down at the Stitch Festival, she couldn't get her iPad to work, and I was saying to her she needed to clear a cache in her cookies, but obviously I say cookies and she says cookies, and it took about 12 times of me saying cookies till she understood what I meant. So it's just become a little bit of a joke between us about cookies.
Wow.
Yeah. So hard to spell it in phonetics.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what we mean.
And I was saying cookies.
I could do with a cookie right now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I wonder if Andy's still watching the chat.
Well, my husband left late to go and pick my daughter up, so I expect there's going to be chaos.
You could tell him to bring cookies in on the way home. Cookies.
I need you to say it. Is this a book or a book?
It's a book.
Love it.
And we cook. We don't cook. We cook. Yeah, it was. It was hilarious when she actually understood what I meant. Because I was like, I can't say it any differently. I couldn't get that why she didn't understand what I was meaning. Yeah. But Andy's still in the chat, so he might bring me a biscuit.
You can't eat biscuits if I'm not eating biscuits. That's not fair. But that's the trouble I have. But the testers know me because sometimes I write things how you say them. So when I'm writing wrong side and right side starts with a R.
Yeah.
So I will write it RS because it's wrong with a R, not wrong with a wrong.
Yeah. And it's again, sometimes as well, how you would explain something will sound totally different or be read totally different to somebody else. And it's not until you read it back and you think, oh yeah, that can mean something like I could probably say like the other side instead of the wrong side, and then that would confuse people.
That's why I put in a million pictures.
Yeah. I'm a very visual person, so I were literally having this conversation at the social a couple of weeks ago about patterns, and I really struggle with patterns that are really wordy because
I do.
I just need pictures.
Yeah, but I can't watch a video.
I like videos.
I can't watch a video.
If there's a video, I just won't even watch. I just won't even look at the instructions. I'll just watch the video the first time. Right, okay. I'll look at the instructions for my cut now, and then I'll just watch the video again as I saw it the first time.
No, I find them cringy, even my own.
Do you?
Yeah. I hate editing my own videos. I think, I've said that word 10 times now.
And you find you say the same word over and over again, don't you? And so.
Like,
I say
for me.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Because I do have a video vlog for my books. So I do vlog a lot. And I will be doing that for sewing as well, hopefully in January, when we do the name change and I give myself a kick at the butt and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the website.
I think the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah. So it was all planned for June to do the logo and everything. But I honestly, after I lost my job, I got a bit lazy. And I thought, right, July. And then I couldn't find the logo on the laptop. So right, okay, September. And then I thought, who changes their name in September? It just doesn't sound right.
January.
So we're going for January.
Yeah,
start the new year fresh.
Yes, totally.
So that gives me now October, November, December, 3 months to rebrand everything.
You can do it.
I can do it. I'll do it on December the 31st. Probably.
Yeah. Monique's saying she has to watch the video and read the pattern at the same time and then try to sew it. I'll quite often watch a video and have the pattern instructions in front of me and I'll make notes.
Yeah.
If something like, that's good, and I'll make a little note. And then Hazel saying she likes videos, dislikes diagrams, loves photos, but the more the better. I'm the same. I like photos. Emma's saying, can you let us know the name change or is it a secret?
It is actually the name of my other business.
Oh.
So I have 2 businesses. So I trade patterns as crafted by Leanne, and then I sell under Woodland Stitches.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
So basically, my insurance wouldn't cover me for both, for teaching and sewing. So I had to make 2 companies under an umbrella. But it makes more sense to me that things that are crafted by Leanne are things that are made by me.
Yes.
It sounds better. And to be honest, because the first pattern, like I said, was never intended to be, I literally just threw a name in a hat. And ever since that day, since I released the first pattern, I've wanted to change the name.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think I could do it. I thought, and then I think last year, I thought, why can't I do it? It's my business.
Yeah.
Why can't I change my name? So yeah, in a few months, I shall be switching them round so that sewing patterns are under Woodland Stitches, because that makes more sense. And then things that are made by me are crafted by Leanne, because they're made by me.
Yeah,
it makes more sense to me.
Yeah, 100%. I totally get you.
So plus, I liked the logo for Woodland Stitches more than the crafted by Leanne one.
Right.
So for me, it makes absolute total sense.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it makes a lot of sense as well.
So yes, there you go. You heard it on here first.
Yeah, Monique saying, beat me to it, Emma, because that was
so that'll be happening January the 1st.
Donna's saying you get pictures with a bag test. I test for crochet designers and we only get the words. Some even put in deliberate errors. Oh, that's harsh.
Oh, see,
deliberate errors.
I can't crochet. So if somebody was deliberately trying to put me off.
Yeah.
No.
Susan says
they get a fully made pattern.
Yeah. Susan saying she struggles reading a pattern without a video, though sometimes it's okay. Sheila's saying she likes photos and videos. And then, Tina's saying greetings from Las Vegas. Well, we're international now.
NDP, so it does make perfect sense.
And then I'm sure that lady's called Casey, if I remember rightly from last week, saying it makes perfect sense. And Emma's saying, wow, that's harsh. I think that's in reference to putting in the deliberate mistakes.
Yeah. So for my testers, I write the pattern out fully, I take pictures, and then it really bugs me when they say you have a picture missing, because then I have to redo a bag and retake all the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can fudge it, but
I
if I've got
find
to
that
make another one.
when I'm making a video, and then because I sometimes I pause and record and what have you, and now I just find that I have to record everything because I get so distracted and I get so into making the bag, and I'm like, oh, I've paused it and then I forgot to unpause it, and
I've done that. I've had to remake a whole outer because I forgot to press record again.
Yeah.
So I do that as well. I just record the whole thing if it includes shouting at the kids or
the
dog coming and barking at the postman. Edit that out after.
Yeah, like lots of editing.
I don't shout at my kids.
No. Emma's saying, do you sell wholesale, Leanne? I'm presuming she means with your bag patterns.
I don't know. Nobody's asked before.
I'm sure she'll come back and clarify, but I'm sure she means with your bag patterns. So Terry's saying she's from New York.
New York.
Definitely international now.
We are.
Casey's saying, love videos, but love pictures and written instructions to go back to.
It's tricky. There's a fine line between not writing enough and writing too much.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And then, so Terry's saying, glad to catch you going live. Glad to have you here. Susan's saying she loves your name change. Monique's saying that's a lot of work. Maureen's saying, I just like as much help as I can get, me and you both.
Don't we all?
Yeah. And then Emma's saying, yes, that's so frustrating. That's definitely
when you miss a picture.
Yeah. Yes. And then Nikki's saying, I record while I take pattern photos, so if something is missing, I can grab a still from the video. That's a very, very good idea.
But then how will I watch videos when I'm sewing? See, I'm not high tech here.
But you can take a still from your video.
Yeah, but I'm normally watching TV on my phone at the same time as I'm sewing. See.
Yeah, but if you've missed a photo, you can just take a still from your video.
I think we're on different wavelengths there.
Right. You know,
I get what you mean now. I'm on about something else.
So
yeah.
And then so Terry's saying hi to Susan.
Australia.
In Australia. Yeah, she's saying, do you sell your patterns wholesale to shops?
I did. I started off with paper patterns, but to be honest, I sold 5.
Oh.
So I put them on a bonfire.
Oh, bless you.
I got fed up of looking at them. So I had a bonfire. I don't do wholesale.
It's so hard to sort of know where you can or where will sell and where won't sell. Like with physical products, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not. I know what I know. I hate asking for help. I don't have a team, so I couldn't design. I think if I could have designed it real flashy and had someone selling it for me, I probably could do wholesale. But I am the team.
Yeah.
So it is a bit tricky. It's so much easier for me to upload to Etsy and sew modern bags, and then it's just done.
Yeah. I know it's sometimes people will ask me for things and I'm like, I can't. I just don't have the time. I'm me on my own. I can't split myself into that many pieces. And as much as I would love to be able to do it, I just can't physically do it. Monique says she watches the tablet for our TV and records on our phone.
No, that is smart, and I do really need a camera because I am pretty basic here. I do everything on my phone, so everything. So if someone's trying to call me, you can't call me for 2 hours while I'm recording.
Yeah, mine goes in do not disturb mode.
Yeah, so I do understand what you mean now, that I could record myself whilst I'm making a bag and then take stills. But that just, for me, that sounds like too much forward thinking.
Have a look in your editing software, because my editing software has a little button and I just press it and it takes a still.
Mine is a free app.
It might still have it. Is it CapCut?
No, it's Power Director, and it's terrible, but it works.
Have a look at CapCut, because that's free and you can use it on your computer.
And then I could use my tablet for watching TV.
And then I'm pretty sure you can press, it's just like a little camera button, like a little button, and you press it and it takes a still.
See, I'm learning stuff. I am very basic, I've got my IKEA lamp. I've got half a kitchen worktop for my desk.
But if it works, it works.
It works. This is what I've said with the patterns as well. Use what you can. Yeah. I don't think we need fancy studios to make bags. It is what it is.
I'm just very lucky that I have the space that
I've got a spare room. So I am very lucky that I have a spare room in our house that is mine. So I am.
Makes it easier though, doesn't it?
Sorry, say that again. I talked over you.
No, it's all right. When you work from home, it does make it easier to have a space that you can kind of shut the door and leave it.
See, I've made the mistake now is I've got half office, half library. So I'll just sit down for a minute. I'll take a break while I think about this strap or pattern, and then I read a book for an hour. I think I was supposed to be doing that.
I get engrossed in something on the TV. So sometimes if I really need to get something done, I'm like, right, TV off. Like everything goes into do not disturb mode, and so that I have to get it done. But mine's a snack cupboard, which is right behind where your computer is. So I need to stay out the snack cupboard. Nikki's saying she's a bit of a tech nerd, camera and phone for taking pictures, camcorder for recording, and tablet to look things up, the TV for entertainment. Pretty much like you, Nikki. Like I've got wires everywhere. I've got a camera there, and then I've got like an old phone now that I can use as a separate angle, so I don't have to use my own phone, but I have that as a spare as well.
See, I'm very basic, but mostly I'm very stingy.
Yeah,
I'd rather buy plants than buy the things that I possibly need, like good lighting. So I think maybe next year.
Just off Amazon, it wasn't very, because I'm the same. I don't want to be paying for stuff that I don't have to be paying for. Andrew says she just has a desk in the corner of our bedroom and she would love more space.
Yeah, so I mean, the first 5 of my patterns were made from the kitchen table. So
I had a little corner in what now the living room was the dining room, and then I just kind of took over, and then made the suggestion of swapping rooms. And Andy was like, yeah, okay. I was like, thanks.
That was the thing when we bought this house. I wanted a spare room and he got the garage. So I was like, yes, I don't need the garage. So
I want the garage too. But never mind. He's got a tiny little bit at the front. But yeah, we'll not talk about that because otherwise he'd be coming in the chat, making everybody feel sorry for him.
I know. He's asked for can I have a gym equipment in here? No.
So Emma's saying you've mentioned your love of books and said about a new channel. I know it's a little off topic. That's fine, Emma. But can you let us know a little bit more about what you're doing with that? So have you got a channel for your books?
Yes. So I have a book talk. where I basically review books as I read them. I just share what I'm interested in. But I am I don't know, I'm a bit shy when it comes to that. My husband says, can I look? And I say, no, because if you say one bad comment about what I really love, I'm going to cry all week.
Mm.
So when my friends say, can I have your book talk? No, you're not looking at.
Isn't it crazy though that we'll put things out on the internet for anybody to see, but don't want the people who care about us, who love us, to see it? It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. I put on book talk. I did a hair transformation. I recently went copper, or whatever colour this is.
Lovely, yeah.
And I put in a video of me going blonde to this colour, and it got so many views, like crazy. And people were being the loveliest. And my husband said, can I look at it? No, you can look at my hair. You don't need to see the video. I'm very I gatekeep it. I'm terrible. But this is what I do. I found a love in sharing just the books that I'm reading with people. And I quite enjoy that. And just chatting, I'm reading this one. This is the first Crescent City. And I'm just sharing it as I go. And people saying, oh yeah, it's getting good now. And I really like that. It's something else. Now that bags has gone from a hobby to a business, I needed another hobby.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm at that stage where I need something different to sew in, because I don't have that distinction.
Something that doesn't rely on income. You don't need pressure. Sometimes it is the pressure, and I think, oh God, Christmas is coming up. I'm going to have to design a bag.
Yeah.
But I just set out the book reviews whenever I want to. Hopefully at some point, because it is a dream of mine to have a hobby shop. That is my goal. At one point in life, I'm going to have a shop that sells fabric, plants, and books.
Sounds amazing.
I'm manifesting it. It is going to happen.
We'll all help manifest it.
I'm going to have a hobby shop one day.
With
some sofas in the corner so that people can sit in and they can join a book club, and I can have all the ladies there with their knitting. I'd love that. I'd love it.
That would be fantastic. Can you imagine all the well-being that people would get from that?
For me as well.
Yeah.
I don't see people. I don't see adults. So just have somewhere that people can go would be amazing.
Yeah. The most interaction I get usually is the delivery drivers.
So I need it.
Yeah, Monique says, I'm like Leanne, I need emotional support background noise, i.e. TV, audiobooks, yada, yada. I need something on in the background. Sue says, my sewing room is a spare bedroom where we all have our wardrobes, although saying that I do have a third of the wardrobes for my crafting stash.
Mine is all in here. So I have a double wardrobe behind me, and that's where all my bags are, and all the other projects that I've started and haven't.
Nikki says, I love naughty book talk.
Oh, we need that.
I'm not on. Well, I have got a TikTok. I just don't use it. So I'm totally missing out all this. I'm going to have to go and have a look. Andrew says, add coffee, absolutely, or a good Yorkshire tea. Hazel said, sewing is the first and only hobby I've ever had. Sue says, sounds like wonderful shop. We definitely need that sort of shop. 100%. Yeah. Sue says, I write books and make bags. Not sure which is winning these days. Oh, you sound like Leanne's type of person.
Yes. No, and I've also started, they call it ARC reading. It is basically testing books for people.
Right.
So that's a new level of something. So yeah, I get to read like the first books of people.
And obviously give sort of feedback the same way that testers would for you.
The one feedback was you put a certain body part 13 times in the last 2 weeks. That's my kind of feedback. I appreciate honest feedback in my bags. I give honest feedback with books.
But again, much better that feedback comes before it's published than in a review on Amazon or wherever, like Kindle, what have you.
But I find it so important that when a hobby becomes all-consuming, like bags is for me and you, it is so important to find that other breakaway.
Yeah.
It is so important because, I don't want to be, it's great, but I don't want to be living bags, thinking bags, wondering where the next pattern's coming from. There has to be something else.
Yeah. It's taking that pressure off yourself a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah. And my problem is I buy more books than I can read. And I have more fabric than I can sew.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit like I have more fabric than I can sew.
I could sell it in my shop, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'd have lots of books to fill all of the bookshelves.
Yes.
And lots of bags to sell as well.
To manifest this. I want a place where people can come and de-stress.
Mm-hmm.
A little hobby shop with my little plants.
Yeah.
Book corner.
And definitely a kettle.
And a kettle.
Yeah. A kettle. For the coffee and the tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll manifest it. That's it. I need to probably release like 50 patterns. You all need to buy every single one.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we'll all manifest it. We'll make it happen. Nikki says, I have both book and fabric issues too. So have you got many craft fairs coming up?
I've got 2 in November, but I make a rule not to do any in December.
Yeah.
Because I always find that people are more looking to buy presents in November. And they're more, for my personal, they're more going for a look around in December.
Yeah.
I've always had that you pay a lot of money, you do the craft fair, and then people just say, I'm just going for a look.
Yes, it's a day out.
Oh, I've finished my shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've learnt my lesson on that one. That might just be the ones that I go to, but I make a personal rule not to do any in December.
No, I think you're totally right. I found the same when I used to do craft fairs. I found the same. The ones, maybe the very, very early ones in December, like the 1st or 2nd of December, you could get away with, but any further into December than that. And yeah, people have finished their Christmas shopping. They're just coming for a little bit of a day out, get a cup of coffee, have a mooch, have a wander. And craft fairs are expensive to do, especially the decent ones. So
this one's costing me £90. So I need to make my choices well.
Yeah.
So they have offered extra days, but they are in December. Well, this is £90 for 2 days, so it's not too bad.
Right.
But even still, I've gone to ones that are country shows and you pay a lot of money and people go for the country show.
Yeah.
They haven't gone for the craft market. So it's so hit and miss.
Yeah.
But that's my personal rule. I don't do any in December. My cutoff is November.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do Christmas themed fabric either.
Yeah, because it's so niche, isn't it? And
well, you can't sell it after Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you put it in a cupboard for the next 10 months.
Yeah. You've got a very limited window of when you can make things and sell it. Yeah, Sue's saying she's all shopped out by December as well. Donna's saying she doesn't do many events in December. First weekend at most. People are sticking to stocking fillers, not really searching for main gifts. She's got a 2-day event in a cathedral, and that's 180 quid, 185 quid. And Sue's saying, finally getting to see you live. Hi from New Zealand.
Hi.
Oh, it must be tomorrow in New Zealand.
I don't know.
Tomorrow morning in New Zealand.
All I know is my brother lives in Seattle, and that's 8 hours behind. That's the only time zone I know.
Yeah. My brother lives in Perth, which is obviously Australia, but Australia's nearer to New Zealand than we are. And obviously they're ahead, because I always remember that Grace got Santa Claus before Neve did.
Oh.
So, and Neve doesn't like anybody getting anything before she does. So, even now at 20, she's like, no, it's not happening. So yeah, so it must be tomorrow morning over in New Zealand. Donna says, I sell my my fabric Christmas crackers and bunting all year, along with my make your own wreath kits, which use up stray Christmas fabric. By God, words are hard today.
Yeah, but you've got a niche there, because bunting you can put away and you can use it every year.
Yes, and crackers you can as well.
But I think Christmas bags is a thing that you can only really get away with in December, can't you?
Yeah. If I made Christmas gift bags and gave them to people, I'd be like, I'll have them back, because I'll give you them back next year with your gift next year as well.
There you go, 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m.
Oh, got in early.
And then Emma's saying, am I the only one still shopping in December?
No, because I do my shopping on December 23rd normally.
Yeah. Andy's saying, if it was down to me, I would be shopping Christmas Eve. Andy, if it was down to you, you wouldn't be shopping at all, because you're the Grinch.
No, I send my husband Amazon links.
Yeah. Well,
for Christmas.
I've been trying to send Andy Studio 77 24 days of bag making links, and I don't think he's took the hint just yet. And Donna says, I do two quirky bags, never seasonal. So yeah, so she must stick to like the crackers and the bunting with Christmas fabric.
I tried it when I first started out, and I made loads of bags that had the cute, like, Scandi Christmas stuff. And some people bought them because they were cute, but otherwise it was, well, I'm not going to use them again until next year.
Yeah. Andy's saying very true, which is obviously about him being the Grinch, or about him not having bought me 24 days of bag making yet.
Hint, hint.
On both. Yeah, which is what Emma's saying, hint, hint, grumpy. Nikki's saying she does spooky all year round. She's maybe done 3 Christmas bags.
I think you can get away with spooky all year round, though. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of people into sort of spooky. Doesn't have to be Halloween. I know people who leave the Halloween stuff up all year round.
I don't celebrate Halloween.
It is just the house. So, Andy says he's waiting for payday. Okay. So, Emma, you better sing an order from Andy on Friday. It's all I want for Christmas.
It is October next week. Oh my gosh.
It's so scary, isn't it?
Where did that go?
I've actually normally started my Christmas shopping, and I haven't.
Nor me.
So I need to get my skates on. I've made a few gifts. I have made a few gifts. I've got one sitting there that I need to finish off hand sewing, because I was going to do.
I don't make gifts either. I'm really bad. I've spent one year. I spent till 5:30 in the morning making a bag, and I got it given back to me 2 months later.
Oh.
Yeah, I love her.
There's only certain people who I make gifts for.
Oh, I don't make for anyone. I'm terrible.
Yeah. So no, there is only certain people who I make gifts for, and there's people who I don't make gifts for that reason. But yeah. So Emma's saying, oh my God, so organised. If that's what she means by I've made gifts, it's only because I've made them as part of like sew-alongs or tutorials. And I'm like, oh, this will do for us. I'll make this in this fabric because it'll be nice for this person. Sue says her granddaughter uses that Easter bag all year round, but she is only 6.
So do my kids.
Donna says Christmas is cancelled. Personally, I've had enough by then. Yeah, Grumpy's the same. And then Emma's saying, ouch. I presume that's at getting your bag gifted back to you.
Yes.
That is hard.
I had 2 hours sleep. Not doing it.
No, I wouldn't. Either. So, well, I'm really excited to see your next bag release. Hopefully I might get
It's literally there.
I might get a sneaky peek. But when's that due out? In next month, did you say?
So it's going to testers next week. They've got it for 10 days and then it's released the week after. So that gives me a week to do edits and film the video. Yeah, I really need to get on and write it.
That would help.
I'm really terrible because I will sometimes say, and my testers know this as well, I will say, right, who wants to do a test? I'm thinking of doing a bag. I have absolutely 0 bags in mind, but I will say, right, guys, let's do a test next week, in the hopes that I will kick myself at the butt and design a bag. And then I have to say, okay, let's postpone a week. I'm not quite there yet. I'm terrible for it. So this, like I said, I've made a plan. I've got 4 bags designed. I've actually made the templates for the next 2.
Well done.
So I can tell you it's tote, crossbody, possibly clutch. I can tell you that.
Exciting. Yeah, Emma's trying to encourage you to show us. And Nikki's saying, I'm curious, was the bag returned to you or was it re-gifted?
Returned.
Oh, I think that's even harsher than re-gifted.
Yeah, they didn't want it. Oh, well, I sold it at a craft fair.
Oh, well,
So it was all right. It's just,
yeah.
I kicked myself for doing it at last minute because, I bought it for myself, really.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. But you live and you learn, don't you?
These things happen. We're all silly billies.
Yeah.
You're not getting socks from now on, that's it.
Not very nice socks neither, I hope.
No. Itchy ones.
Yeah. Hazel saying she would be insulted and Sue saying so rude.
You just don't let it get to you.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think
it's the same with reviews.
Yeah.
Just don't. They used to upset me. I remember I cried over my first 4-star review.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they give me 4 stars? Why? I don't understand it. But I just...
Yeah.
I
did used to get really sort of like... But now you just think it is what it is. And if you can go back and learn something from it, great. But sometimes it is what it is.
There are times when I can tell by the wording that it is a user error and it's not me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But when someone sends you a threatening email that they're going to tell all their friends not to buy pants from you, these things happen. You don't let it get to you. You just... Okay.
Yeah. I think you've just kind of got to sort of like draw a line under it, haven't you, and sort of move on.
Yeah. I think in 5 years I've gained a thicker skin.
Not the thickest. Mine. Yeah.
Things still get to me, like my jockstrap bag, but I really thought it looked like a propeller of an aeroplane.
It just might need a little bit of tweaking.
It's their dirty minds. It's not me.
Yes, exactly. They're on naughty book talk. That's what it is.
They're on naughty book talk.
They are.
It's not me at all.
It's been absolutely lovely chatting to you and hearing about how you design your bags and how you got into designing your bags. I'm gonna, I think I have already, but if I haven't, I will put all of your links to. I'm pretty sure I have, because your bag patterns are on Etsy, aren't they?
They are. They will be going on. I think I've got a PayHip. I'm going to try PayHip because it's like an entry level website, so they still pay the fees on your behalf. because I don't, like I said, I work on my own. I don't understand accounts. So for having someone do it for me, that's fine. So that everything will be moving to a PayHip website from next year.
Well, when that happens, I can come back into it and I can update the link. So that's fine.
Honestly, the guys at Sew Modern Bags are going to hate me because I'm going to have to say to them, look, I've done relogos for all the patterns. Here you go. Please update 25 patterns.
And here's the new links as well.
Here's the new links. Here's the new patterns. Here's the new blurbs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have got all of your Instagram and Facebook and everything linked in the description box down below, so people can go and follow you. Emma's saying that she moved over to PayHip for that exact reason and she loves it.
Yeah, so I mean, this week alone, I've had so many messages, you know, Etsy's not sending me the link. Can you email it? And I don't want that, especially, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning. So,
and Etsy fees are so ridiculous now. And yeah. But yeah, I know that Emma does have hers linked to PayHip as well. And Emma says, top tip, edit the end of your links on there so you can have it be the name of your pattern. But so many designers don't edit it. It looks much prettier when you share it. So I'll explain it to you in a second.
You'll have to explain it to me. It's gone way over my head. It's too technical for me.
I'll explain it to you once we've finished the live stream.
I am the person that does everything on a mobile phone.
What is she talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma's about to go, oh my God, she's about to bamboozle Leanne with SEO.
Look at the face.
So, but no, it's been so fun chatting to you. And like I say, I have got all the links in the description box down below. Just to let everybody know that next week there is going to be a break. You're not going to have to put up with me next week coming at you on Tuesday at 8 o'clock because I'm going to be down in London with my mum. She is going down to be at the post office inquiry. For anybody who doesn't know, my mum was involved in all of that, and she's going down to see somebody have a grilling, which she's very excited about. So I am actually taking her down to that next Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So I shall be back the following Tuesday. So you get a week without me. So I will see you a week come Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So watch out on my social media and in all the Facebook groups. I will share it for the next one. So thank you very much for everybody who's joined us and hope you've enjoyed it. And I shall see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.